What's going on, guys? This is KNasty3890 here. Welcome back to another episode of the Baltimore Orioles franchise, episode 20. We are going the offseason 2024-2025. We lost in the ALCS after winning 102 games. The American League was very top-heavy. Now, we did have some issues with the lineup. Rivera really struggled, but, so didn't, Bradley struggled in the regular season. I think first base might be a new thing we need to look at. We can't put Cody Bellinger at first, so we do have that option. He did struggle this year quite a bit. I think he'll have a better year. He hit 250 with the 371 on base. Pitching-wise, I think it's fine. We could keep Ramirez as the long man, but I kind of want to just go young, and he's going to cost us probably like $5 or $6 mil, and I want to put that money towards something else. So let's go to the offseason. Anyone retire? Omar Bencomo. Okay. Nathan Luke's injury. I just want to see if there's an A potential prospect who has retired due to injury. That's what I want. I don't want to see that happen, but I want to see if it does happen. Anthony Greer. I don't think so much. Okay. Miggy made the Hall of Fame. That's reasonable. All right. So we have no one who's going to be up on our staff. Exclusive free agent. So Brad Hand. This is tough because he definitely declined a little bit this year. He is 35. He wants $5 million a year. Ramirez wants, like I said, he's been really good for us for a long time. For 5 years he's been on the team. His ERA has been combined probably in the mid threes, but this year is 3.84. His WHIP went up. I just don't know if he's going to continue to do this at age 34. It might be wise just to cut bait. Fletcher, we're definitely going to let walk. I just want to see if I can get a draft pick for him, and I should be able to. So we're going to offer a qualifying offer to him. Because I'm looking at our team. So right now, we have Freeland, Burns, Rodriguez, and Hall, and then Ramirez. Jeff Fontaine is ready. He's 25. He's ready. I'm just going to add him to the 40-man now. Add him to the MLB team. Now, we did have Griffin Canning as our long man, but we also have other guys who could, Jeremy Sheridan looks really good walks per 9. We even got some other big-name prospects like Gallo. I don't think he's ready yet. Josh Flowers isn't a potential. I don't know what we'll do with him. But it's kind of we got this young talent. We need to use a young talent because they're cheap. Young talent's cheap. In the bullpen, we got Castro, who's now an 86 overall. Feltman's an 80 overall now. Diaz, who you guys were like, man, he really sucked last year. I didn't crap on him. He didn't walk the bases loaded and walked in 3 runs. Compared to Holder and Fry. So I think we'll let Brad Hand go because we do have Franklin who's ready. He's an 84. Jackie Hernandez can take over some big roles. Feltman's ready, and we got more coming up the pipeline. I might move Will Banfield in a move. I mean, he looks really good. Or do we move on from Joey Bart? His potential up is overall went up, but he didn't have the best year. But then he is a 91 overall. I don't know. Zapata's not ready for first. I might try to get a guy who is in the last year before he's a free agent, and then just take him for 1 year, get him this offseason, get the draft pick for him, and then maybe in a year Zapata's ready or something. I don't know. So exclusive free agents. We're gonna fool around this offseason, trying to have some little fun with it. I'm probably gonna not sign anyone, including Bleer. He's 37. He's going down. I think we're gonna let them all walk, and we're gonna have some money to fool around with, and I will use it. Trust me on that. So let's go to a look at arbitration. Jackie Hernandez is up for arbitration. He pitched outstanding for us out of the pen. A 1.91 ERA and almost 90 innings. He's 25. 5.2 a year till he's a free agent. I might just do that. And then at that point, when he's a free agent, it's going to be 5.9 actually. He'll be 28. We'll probably just let him walk. We'll have more guys coming up, and then we'll just get draft picks for him. I think that's the smart thing to do with relievers, unless you just get a guy who is just a future Hall of Fame type player. Let him walk, and we can rebuild it within the system, and then that way we can just constantly have extra draft picks from it and still be cheap. Sierra, he's up for arbitration. He barely played this year. I am just going to offer him arbitration. I think $700,000 seems fair. If you end up needing to trade him for something, we'll sign him. Now, Myrick is up for not arbitration. He's up for a contract. He pitched outstanding this year. 85 innings at 2.65 ERA. His whip was a little high at the pen at a 1.18. He's 27, so he's not young. If we give him a 5-year deal that takes him to he's a free agent, he'll be 32. I'm okay with doing that, and I'm going to have to pay him about $3.2 a year. I'm going to backload the contract So he'll get more money at the end of it instead of now, which is kind of like he'll be better at the end of the deal. We'll save a little bit of money now, but then we don't have to worry about it. Franklin's the same age, but he hasn't even pitched in the majors yet. So do I want to give him like a long-term deal? No, because I don't know if he's going to be good or not. Some guys have a good overall and they stink, so I don't want to do that. Rossiter, though, is a guy I think I will want to lock up. He's 22, 83 overall. His contract first left went up 12. It blew up. So if we give him like a 10-year, we could do like a 10-year. I'll do an 8-year deal. So how many years of service time does he have? Doesn't even have one. So this would buy out, if you do an 8-year deal, that would buy 2 years of free agency. It'd be roughly like I'm going to put him at star. And I'm going to, I don't know if I should backload or front load. Should we pay him more now or more in the future? Let's actually, before we do this, let's actually take a look at our budget. So this year we have $151 million. If we front load it, that's going to put it at, that would be like probably going to be $15 million. I probably will backload his contract. I'll do that. I'll backload it so it's cheaper now. It'll cost more in the future. But that's fine. So we're backloading it. Tell him he's going to be a star. He'll be cheaper now, and then he'll just get more and more expensive. But you know what? We lock up 2 years of free agency, and we just don't have to worry about it, you know? Like, we don't have to every year go out and sign him, and what if he has, like, an amazing year, and he's like, I want a lot of money now. Well, I'd be like, well, you signed this deal. So we need the Ozzy Albies deal, though, where the guy's like, 7 years, $35 million seems logical. Need that deal. It's going to be like an 8-year, probably close to $80 million. 75.5 backloaded, so it'll be more at the end. No options. Gary Bledsoe's kind of come out of nowhere. He's like I think he has like what is his potential? I was looking at it right before this video came out. He's a guy we might just, he's literally came out of nowhere, I feel like. His potential is 82, so it's not high. I think he was a C potential. Now, what we could, in theory, do is say, put you in left, move Cody Bellinger back to first, have Hernandez in center, and then have Phillips in right, and then Eloy DH. And then maybe trade Bradley and Rivera for another ace, and then move on from, like, Corbin Burns, who's a free agent at the end of the year. Ooh. Wait, hang on. Let's take a look at free agents. There's Walker Buehler, but he's 30. He's not young. I'm going to try something nuts. What if we do this? So what if we trade Corbin Burns, Bobby Bradley, and Rivera, and we get, because Burns has 2 years left. He's a free agent. If we can get a bona fide ace, Urias could be that guy. They want a little bit more. Ronaldo Lopez, damn, he's turning into an ace. Or maybe a guy who is just on the cusp of being an ace. So maybe he's like 25 and he's like a 90 overall. Like Sixto Sanchez. It's actually good for our Marlins franchise, even though his ERA is high. Percy Tompkins. Don't like his per nines. And we may have to wait to the end of the offseason to do it. Because we may have to see, or maybe we can identify a young ace and be like, all right, I want you, and we can go get him. Shohei Ohtani's on the Yankees. Now, there's no way we would be able to do a trade with him. And he sucks. His career ERA is 5.79. Here, I'll show you guys. My face is blocking it. Look at this. He sucks. He's a 96 overall. His ERA was almost 7 with the year with the Angels, and he's making a crap ton of money. That makes no sense. What if, if I take Urias, I would do Urias because he's already locked up under a contract. So maybe if we take out, those are both the same. Let's take out Rivera, and if I throw in, I would give up a big time prospect in this. What do they want? Second base and left field? Or what if I give you... I don't know if we could actually get that deal. I could. I mean, I could include like Pete Gallo once he's signed. Ooh, Will Banfield might get the deal to work, to be perfectly honest. So let me just sign. All right, let's go through. But that's kind of what I want to do is, like, I think Gary Bledsoe deserves to play. The more I think about it, like, and he kind of fixed a couple issues. So Gary Bledsoe can play left field. He's got good enough durability, good enough fielding. He can really hit, especially against lefties. He has good discipline, so he's going to get on base. He's only 22. He's constantly improving. So he's a guy who I think deserves to play. He'll be cheap. We can then trade Bradley, who's not expensive, or Rivera, but they will be. They're not young. They're not old, but they're 28. You move Bellinger to first, which maybe he'll hit better at first. I don't know. Maybe he'll be a better first baseman. And then we can trade those guys and get rid of Burns, who had a really good year and was great in the playoffs, but he's going to be a free agent soon, and sell high kind of type of thing. But before we do that, oops. Now, we could sign Walker Buehler, but I feel like then we're just spending a lot of money on that. I'm going to just give Gary Bledsoe just we only do a 1-year deal. So let me just go and sign all these guys. You don't need to see me do this. And then we'll move forward and take care of the rest of the offseason. We're going to try to make a big name, a big splash. All right, so I was thinking, because we were just looking at maybe trading for Urias. So if we take a look at his contract, he's got basically a max deal. He's making 27.1. It's probably front-loaded, yeah. And he's going to be making a lot of money. Now, he is 2 years younger than Walker Buehler, but what if we just sign Walker Buehler, and then he gives us that ace? We move on from Burns, and then we could trade those guys, and then maybe even someone else. And one of you guys mentioned in the comments of maybe move on from Bogaerts. He's 32. He did have another really good year, but maybe get rid of him a year earlier than a year late because he is declining. And I thought that was a smart idea. If there's a shortstop available, so let's do a little, where's player search? Let's see what's out there for shortstops, and then see if we can get this to work. So let's do overall, let's do a mid of 90. So Lindor, okay. They're all old. Bo Bichette's the only one who's not old. When I say old, I mean they're like his age. So what if we do min of 88? Is there like a really, there isn't really. There's not like we could maybe get Fernando Tatis Jr. Actually, that might be the move, is get Tatis. That is definitely taking a chance on he's hit 28 and 27 home runs. He's 25. And you guys I can't remember who told me, someone mentioned it, you can trade for a guy who hasn't signed a contract yet if you do player search. So what if I do Corbin Burns, Bobby Bradley? There we go. That deal works. So, okay, I want to say this out loud. This is my method. We trade Corbin Burns, Bobby Bradley, and Juan Rivera for Fernando Tatis Jr. We are then hoping to sign Walker Buehler as a free agent, which takes Corbin Burns' spot. Cody Bellinger is going to move from left field to first base, and in left field will be Gary Bledsoe. Then we're going to move Bogaerts. We can either move him for prospects or, I don't know. I don't know. Maybe we can even get a guy like Moncada's replacement, or maybe even find someone new for Moncada. But we can get Tatis. Give him a long-term deal. I think that's a great idea. So sounds like a good deal. We got Fernando Tatis Jr. Now, the thing I've also noticed, we now got rid of some players on our 40-man roster, but we have a lot of guys who are eligible for it who we need to keep. So, before we go any further, Walker Buehler, a 5-year deal, we'll do a player option. I'm just going to keep it a flat rate. There is Michael Kopech as well, but his walks per nine is terrible. There's Juan Soto, who's only 26. But, we're going to have to go cheap at some positions. There's also Acuna. He's 27. There's a great free agent class. We're going to lose a draft pick if we sign Buehler, but we're going to get one back if Fletcher signs. All right, so let's sim a couple days, see if we got Walker Buehler. Walker Buehler. You ruined my plans. And he goes within the division. All right. Next, we're gonna. All right, I guess we're going after your former your former teammate, and this is gonna start with Bogarts is the starting piece. Oh crap, we might be able to sign him. I get him. I mean, we could also just go super young. Let's find a starter. I don't know if we can get him. Oh my god, the Rays just ruined my plan. I thought we could get him, and in day one, he's like, no, I'm good. All right, let's go to search starters. Stupid Rays. Urias is like the best option out there, I feel like, in terms of age. Oh, Mike Soroka. He pitched all right last year. He's 27. Kopech's a free agent. Gohara is a free agent. Oh, no, he's not a free agent. He didn't pitch great. Sixto Sanchez, Domingo German, Shane Bieber just signed a contract. Colby Allard. Good one. Ooh, Colby Allard might actually be the guy to get. Sneaky good. His last 2 years, his ERA's been south of 3. He's durable. He pitched 211 innings last year. He's 8 potential, 90 overall. He's only 27. Good per 9. So the hits per 9 and the walks per 9 are good. Let's go get Colby Allard if we can. We can do this. We trade Bogarts. I want to include guys who are on the 40-man. So like Jomar Reyes. That clears up a spot. And Arroyo does it alone. I'll give it Christian Arroyo. He's 29. There we go. So the next step we have to do. So there's our rotation. Freeland, Allard, so a couple lefties. Rodriguez, DL Hall, who's a lefty, and Jeff Fontaine. How much is Griffin Canning making? $270. That's fine. And our lineup, we now have Fernando Tatis Jr. in there. Now the $1 million question is, do we move on from Moncada? We have so many pieces in our system, like we can kind of go big. And Moncada is going to be expensive to a point that we can't keep him. And our money is actually really good. We saved a bunch of money because we got rid. Now we haven't signed Tatis yet, and we haven't signed Allard. We're gonna have to sign him, but we've saved like $20 million because of the Bogarts deal. So Moncada, 2 years left. He's going to be 31. This past year, he really struggled. 249 average, only 17 home runs. His worst year since 2019. Now, is this a trend or not? I don't know. So, I guess what we could do, well, before we go any further, offer you arbitration. But I really would like to sign Allard to a 5-year deal with a player option, and let's front load that deal. Pay him a little bit more now. And now let's go to tender contract. So I believe Tatis is going to be here, and let's give him like a 7-year deal. He'll be 32 at that time. And let's just get him locked up. And I probably won't front load that. I'll probably keep it as a flat contract. And you're going to be a star. And this is just, this franchise, I want to try just locking up all our players long term. One, we kind of have an idea of what our budget is because there's fixed incomes that we know what it's going to be. It's not variable where we're going to be depending on how a guy plays or what he wants. We know how much money we have. So, and if we can get Tatis locked up to he's 32, that's great. And I'll even give him a player option at the end. That might save us a little bit of money. Like a 7-year, $120 million should probably. I'll bring it to. Let's make that bar full. 124.5. So let's sim a couple days if we get those. Lorenzen's a Dodger. There's the trade straight up. Well, it wasn't trade. We also included Christian Arroyo. A's are interested in a trade. Joey Bart. I don't want Addison Russell. I don't want wife beaters on my team. Derek Rodriguez. Acuna's a Mariner. Kopech's a Reds. Back to the team that drafted and traded him. Okay, good. Fletcher declined the qualifying offer. Garrett Hampson. Let's see if these guys signed. Allard has not signed. What about Tatis? Tatis did. So here's our budget. So Tatis is probably going to be, he's making $17 million on a flat rate. Yeah, as you can see, like this year and next year, our budget's 165 and 150 million. They're and like the only difference is probably gonna be like, it's just probably guys who are losing money on their deals. Like Phillips is making less money. Same with Bart. Rosters is going up. Eloy's is going down. Same with Moncada's. So, all right. We got 6 spots on the Rule 5, but that we have to protect on the Rule 5. We have a few days to do that, but let's take a look at third baseman. Is there a third baseman that I just want to get my hands on who we can trade our surplus of young talent to get him? Who's cheap-ish? Or maybe who's young and like we just get him at the beginning of their greatness. Matt Chapman is great, but he's making $21 million. That's such an albatross of a contract. In like 8 years, he's gonna be making $43 million. He's gonna be 39. Oh man, he's a great player, but that's a terrible contract. And we're good now, but yeah. Jose Ramirez, Leonard Hammond. We could just get the band all back together from our Blue Jays franchise. But it'd be like impossible to get him. I think we're fine with Moncada. I think that's fine. So let's go to the 40-man. We gotta add some people to it. I'm gonna have to just like, there's some people we're gonna probably lose, and I gotta just make sure we keep the guys I really like. It's kind of sucks, but also people keep asking me how to figure out who is eligible. So my face is blocking it. But on the bottom right of this screen, it says eligible for the Rule 5 draft. It will say yes or no. If it says no, you don't need to worry about it. If it says yes, you have to add him to the 40-man. That's basically it. It's pretty simple. I'm just going to call up Franklin to the majors now so I don't forget. Chuck Williams is probably not eligible. The rest of these guys. Scandura is not eligible. Banfield. Fernandez is only 20, so he's not going to be eligible. I'm not worried about these guys. Zapata is... I already saw that. I doubt Santos is. Guzman probably is. No, he's not. Okay. And Medrano was just drafted, so we don't have to worry about that. Moncada. Ricky Morantz is that late round gem, so obviously he's not eligible. Urbina is. If someone takes Urbina, go ahead, take him. He's 27. Aragon, he is eligible, so add him. Booker Ryan, he is not. Bledsoe, he's already on the 40-man. I'm going to add him to the majors now. I'm going to move Cody Bellinger back to first base. And secondary position of outfield. Where is it? There we go. And then I'm not worried about those guys yet. Brennan Davis, I will add him because he is eligible. I'm not worried about these guys. And I'm not worried about any of these except Jeff Gonzalez, who shouldn't be eligible. He's not. So who could we lose? Urbina, Hammer, Sheridan. Okay, I would like to keep Sheridan. We have 3 spots, so yeah, let's keep Sheridan. Yeah, the other guys are older or they're so young. And their overall's not high enough that I don't care. So we're still waiting on Kobe Allard. Let's see if he signed that deal. Arbitration was offered, but I would like to lock him up to a long-term deal. Aramis Garcia is a Ray. Ahmed Rosario is a Pirate. Reese McGuire is a Diamondback. Now, we're still waiting on what happens. Astuto's a Yankee. Plowecki's an Indian. With Fletcher. Giants interested in a trade. I kind of wanted to... It's Cougs 46 if you didn't know who that is. I'm not trading Jeff Gonzalez for him, though. It's funny. Parker, that's just funny. Rule 5 draft. Let's go to it. We haven't lost anyone yet. I'm just going to skip it. Ow. That was my hand. All right. Kobe. You know what? Fine. Player, I'll give you a little bit more money if you just... Now, I was going to front load it, pay more now because we can't afford it. Blake Trian's a Philly. Heaney's a Twin. Fletcher's a Cub. So there we go. We got an extra pick. And we didn't lose a pick because we didn't sign a free agent. So we're going to actually just have an extra pick. Did you sign that deal? It looks like you did. So our budget is positive. Allard's probably close to one of our most expensive. Not really. $19 million this year. Yeah. So like we are in a really good situation now. In 2 years, like Freeland's a free agent, Makai's a free agent, Diaz is a free agent. That could be some issues, but I think we have such a good farm system. Like the big names are locked up long term. Bellinger, Allard, Tatis, Eloy, Phillips. Phillips locked up for a long time. Roser got that big deal. Like we are in a good spot. So let's finish the offseason. Is there any other Sony partners that are going to get offered a deal? Hunter Renfroe's going to the Cubs. Chris Shaw, Joey Bart for Chris Shaw, Fernando Chavez. Chris Shaw's an A potential, but I don't really care for him. Chavez is an A potential. Who's his durability is so bad. And Jacob, if Bowles is an A potential and a big time prospect, he's B. That would be tempting because we do have Will Banfield. But yeah, I'm gonna say no on that. Castellanos is a Dodger. Decided with Sierra, he's gonna make $3 million. All right, before we go any further, Sierra, get the hell off my team. We have other guys that we can use who don't cost $3 million. I thought that guy's name was Alex Trebek. That's why I went to double look. There we go. We get a B potential catcher and a B potential starter, sure. And we save money that I'm not going to pay $3 million for a guy who's like a 4A player. Arbitration panel was stupid. All right, contract extensions. We could give Hernandez a contract extension. I'd like to see him maybe improve a little bit in terms of like getting on base or average. Other than that, no. Maybe at the I was gonna say maybe at the after the trade deadline, he could be a guy. So pitching rotation: Freeland, Allard, Grace Rodriguez, Dale Hall, and that's not gonna be Griffin Canning. That is going to be Jeff Fontaine. And we have to send down someone, and it's probably gonna be Mitchell White. He will have to pass waivers. He will clear it. Bullpen: Feltman and Castro, and then these guys. That's fine. Catchers, good. Cody Bellinger, good. Second base, Rossiter, Moncada, and Jomar Reyes. Tatis, we need a backup shortstop. We could call it Booker Ryan, but I kind of want... I mean, Carmona is probably the better option because he's only a C potential. And him getting limited at bats does not hurt his development, I feel like, that much. And we're going to send down probably... Beer can really hit. So I'm going to keep him up. I'm going to send Joe Gray down. All right. So let's see now the rotation. So Fontaine in, Canning out. And that's a good bullpen. So the lineup. Phillips leading off. Roser batting second? Maybe. Bledsoe's playing left over Seth Beer. Even though Seth Beer can really hit, he has good power, I want Bledsoe to play. I think he's just an all-around going to be a really good player. I might have Tatis bat second, then Bellinger, then Eloy, and then Moncada, then Rossiter, then Bledsoe, Bart, and Hernandez. I like that. Phillips is not playing in the National League, but they have Seth Beer playing. Are you kidding me? So it's Tatis second. There we go. Phillips batting it way down the bottom makes no sense. All right, Tatis. And I guess I want him batting in the National League versus lefties because he mashes lefties. And there's that. All right, so there's the lineup. We'll do the minor league ones at the next episode, but we look pretty good. Let's take a look at where we rank. Number 2, first in power, 4th in pitching, 19th in defense, 16th in speed, 6th in contact. Rays are first. The Yankees are 14th. The Blue Jays are 22nd. The Red Sox are 21st. Wow, the Orioles and the Rays are the class of the American League East. Top prospects, Pete Gallo's at 3. Fontaine's at 5. Aragon's at 10. Now Fontaine's graduating. The Marlins have the top 2 prospects. Let's see. Anyone else? Jeff Gonzalez at 31. Sheridan's at 34. Guzman's at 37. Ojeda's at 41. Any more? No. And one last, because I always like doing this, how did we get some of these players? Like, who did we draft on this team? So in 2019, we did draft Sierra in the 3rd round. I remember that. Franklin was a 4th round pick. He's now in the show. Hernandez was a 2nd round pick. You guys know about him. Mike Phillips was a 1st round pick. And like I said, Sierra was a 3rd round pick we just got rid of. Another guy we drafted was Rossiter. Jeff Fontaine was a 3rd round pick. He's now in the show. And Bledsoe was a 6th round pick. That was a good pick. I think that's it for draftees. So, yeah, I think we're a good team. It'll be fun to see how we do. Next episode, we'll do the regular season. Hopefully, we can get the best record in the American League. That way, we can be at home and play the wildcard team. So, I'll see you guys in that video. Take it easy. Peace.